Good evening, crewmates. Captain Andy here for the second time for today. As promised earlier, we are going to continue Clalin's journey through a realm reborn. Every single story and questline that we can potentially grab to milk as much story as we can, and also to help Clalin go through her first time going through the story for a legacy character. About 11 years after, that's not too common, I would believe. As per previously, we finished off the Summoner storyline, and now we're going to continue on with the Gridania story in Gridania, working on the Archer and Bard questline. There are only 6 more jobs left to do in Gridania, and we're going to get right to them. So let's get started. Now, the Archers Guild is actually in the new Gridania area, so you got to walk all the way there. Will also help if I change the job to Archer. Or Archer eventually, can't say evolves, but it eventually becomes evolves to Bard. Its job enhancement is Bard. Alright, and to help figure out where that might be, Gridania, going right to the main Aetheryte crystal. Alright, so from this central Aetheryte plaza, you're going to want to go east. So this way. And it should also, and from here, there's a fork in the road. You can either go left, go towards Old Gridania as well as the market boards, or right brings you to the Archers Guild. And I gotta take this thing off to do the Archer's part. That's right, forgot about this part thing. This will work for now. Straight shot goes here. What's this? Windbite goes there. Skin wind goes up here. Peloton up here. Put you up here somewhere. I'm pretty sure this is not correct. The best way to do this is this way. This will be annoying, guys. I do apologize for that. Foot, leg, and head. Foot, leg, head. Pretty much everything. Huh? Leg, foot. Oh, leg, foot. There we go. Alright. And also, since this has been done before, we have to go to New Game Plus for this, so let's jump right to that. Archer and Bard are considered a DPS class, so that's what we're going to jump right into. Archer. A fusion of styles from Elizan and Mikuti archery gave rise to the bowmanship boasted by the Archers Guild of Gridania. And it is there you train to sharpen your eye under the guidance of Luciania, master of the guild. Though but a fledgling archer, your skills with a bow are soon put to the test when outlaws threaten the sanctity of the Twelveswood. Let's go. Evil outlaws. They must be dealt with. sec. I'm just gonna quickly fix this one part of my screen. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Let's get inside. Also, we can tell by the this is the Archer's Guild based on the logo on the side, bow and arrow, as well as the logo on top, and the various bows you see inside. Arrows. That's a big bow up here. I don't really think that's practical. Unless you're a Rogdarian, I guess. It might work. More bows in here. Oh. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. We engage the enemy from a distance. Every seek can alter the course of battle with a single well-placed arrow. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you have come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks? Of course. Marvelous! Then allow me to enlighten you on the history of both our art and the guild. The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects us from our enemies even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery, as practiced in Gridania, was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elezen who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikote. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call them Twelveswood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. But this wouldn't have been possible were it not for the Trappers League. The guild was established in order to promote sustainable hunting and cooperation within the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy coincidence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competitions, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming in skill into what may be termed as art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. Aye, the Archers Guild, where men and women gathered to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the Godsquiver loosened their first arrow within these very halls. And that, my friend, is a brief history of archery in Gridania. Doubtless you're more eager than ever to take up the bow. It'll be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. If you would excuse me a moment, I'll also see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Pray speak with me again in a short while. Done. So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild? Of course. The look in your eyes bespeaks your determination. It will be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucienne. Lest you worry unduly, Lucienne is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and even have been given fair hearing. Lucienne awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucienne, master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who would have to learn. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for the shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and the Veritas deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild makes it to install a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities, swiftly and surely. Now, any halfwit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. I resolve to complete that journey. Of course. That as well. From this moment forth, you may consider yourself one of our number. Now, lend me your hunting log if you would. I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Yay. Arm yourself with your new weapon and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild. Archer unlocked! Ah yes, the bow becomes you, Clalin. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and funguar that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each should suffice. In doing so, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. It goes without saying that you must do so using your bow. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. Go now and earn your place within these halls. A hunting we will go, a hunting we will go. Hey look, it's Chloe. Yeah, so given my history with doing quests from start to finish, this will take a good 2 to 3 hours. So strap in. And depending how tired I am afterwards, we might be doing more. Or not. I would like to at least get the job quest done. You already did one summoner. Working on Archer and Bard now. I think for that, at least for the Disciples of War and Magic, that should be done. Because after this, all that's left is Conjurer. And Conjurer, and then what else? Conjurer, Wet Mage, then Lancer and Dragoon. I'm going to save Lancer and Dragoon last, because I just think it's cool. Funguar! Alright, we're done. Hey, look, it's a tree. And we keep going in. Let's finish off the first quest. Actually, yeah, I guess just take that back slightly. I'm saving Lantern Dragoon for the last Disciple of War quest line. Maybe I should save that to the absolute last. That's probably a good idea as well. Let's go this way. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome back, Clalin. It would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the path, let us together strive for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not coddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. By way of a first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique. Loose arrow after arrow, pay close attention to form until the movement becomes second nature. When drawing your bowstring has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clear when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go now, my young apprentice. Good day to you, Clalin. I felt that it was about time you returned. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamental essence of archery. Tell me, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look, it is to observe with intent. Fail to do this, and no amount of talent with a bow will avail you. Or any weapon for that matter. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of his target, overlooking not the smallest detail lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden throughout the city. I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily with your heavy shot technique. When you have completed the task, return to me and we will continue. Alright. Look, there's one right there. My powers of observation work well for me. The keen sense of the obvious. I don't remember who they all are. That's sad. There's the other two. Alright, we're almost there. It's Chloe again. Man, they have a nice hut for their guild. Damn. Ah, you have returned. I trust you have begun to comprehend the crucial importance of seeing clearly. The next trial will test your powers of observation in battle. Travel to the North Shroud and there put down 8 Microchus and 8 Opo-Opos. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only difference. Being comparatively numerous, Microchus and Opo-Opos are anything but difficult to find, and yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time you'll need to evaluate the abilities of your opponents. In doing so, you will learn, amongst other things that Microchus produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while Opo-Opos, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strengths and how you go about mitigating them. If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take the time to observe your targets from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing of your success. My strategy is to just shoot an arrow through their head. Seems to work well. I start taking those Etherite shards again. This is a long walk through Gridania. Yeah, just spoiled a little bit. Doing the Lantern Dragoon cuts has you going to Corthus, which is my main reason why I think I might save that one to last. Yeah, I think I might do that. So Archer, White Mage. Then I'll do the Botanist, followed by Carpentry and Leatherworking, and then end it off with Dragoon. Yeah, this seems like the better idea. Another good idea is to actually go to the right exit. And we continue hoofing it. Die, squirrel! Oh, 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 oh! Get him! That's right, get that ladybug! Yeah, that Garn gets a lot of action in this game. Alright, that's done. Next. What did I pick up? Where'd I get? Oh, yes, here. Toss. 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 Don't need that because I already got my own. This gear was good at one point. That point is not now. Oh, I know from Paladin's point of view, the relic gear for Paladin back in 1.0 was, by towards the end, the second best armor you can get. The Dark Light gear is probably the best what you can get, but it requires farming, and I was too lazy to do that. And that guy gets a lot of work. He needs a raise. Alright. Just starting off, Archer. We're doing the level 5 quest, I believe. Okay, 40, 45, 45, 50. What, 10 more quests to go. Lance, poor man. Went the wrong way. I how they keep like some weather effect in towns and cities, like rain and whatnot. I think it's cool. Welcome back, young Clalin. Tell me, were you able to put your techniques to good use? When faced with an enemy who can attack from a distance, simply raining arrows upon it is wasteful and dangerous both. The battle will be not more than a contest of strength. By employing the appropriate technique, however, one may bring down one's foe with greater ease and fewer arrows. For instance, you may choose to prime your weapon well and strike hard, or employ toxins to sap their strength over time. On the assumption that this fact dawned upon you prior to the fall of your 16th target, I congratulate you on passing the trial. Leah, Silver, what is your honest evaluation? Not bad, if you ask me. The adventurer pulls a good bow and is enthusiastic besides. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Leah Aliapo, and this is my second year at the guild. It's quite plain that you have a talent with the bow, but you must take care to mind your surroundings when you're pursuing a target. I had my eye on you for the duration of your trial, but not once did you notice my presence. Mind your surroundings? That is rich coming from you. Your every movement is wasteful, adventurer. Your back is crooked, your elbows misaligned. It takes you an age to prime your bow and twice as long to loose an arrow. In summary, you fail on all counts. You have no talent as an archer, none whatsoever. I will say it plain. Lucienne, this woman is not fit to wield the bow. For our sake, and hers, we should revoke her membership. As I've always said, outsiders can scarce be expected to understand, never mind master our noble art. We waste our breath trying to teach her like. Wow. Well, allow me to introduce you to Silver, our comrades at the butts. The fellow was once of the god's quiver, you see, and he can be a little opinionated when it comes to archery. But you mustn't pay him any heed. He's like that to everyone. You'd be lucky to get much sense out of a fossil brain woodland elephant like him at the best of times. With them, it's always 12's wood this and elemental's that. No offense intended, Lucienne. None taken, Leah. I know full well what some of my kind can be prideful to excess and intolerant of other races. Gee, that's coming from 11. For the Elizans, or Elvans. Although people may behold the same object, ever will they see different things. There is no right or wrong to it, for it is a question of perspective. What matters is the perspective we choose to adopt. You are possessed of bright eyes that bespeak great understanding. They shan't lead you astray, so trust to them, and they'll to do what they see. Go now and resume your training. I look forward to marking your progress when next we meet. Complete. Woo! It pleases me to see how you have grown as an archer. Plainly, you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would now have you discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. You will recall Leah Aliapo, your senior in the guild. I have given you over to her care for this lesson. Speak with her and do as she bids. I've been expecting you. Shall we get on with it then? First, a quick review. Remember how the bowmaster had you seek out and destroy targets hidden throughout the city? Well, I would have you do the same. This time, however, you will need to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you realize this by now, but there is no guarantee of safety within the 12's wood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time. You have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your object is to destroy the targets alone. So avoid unnecessary combat and maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can. Take your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use the heavy shot technique to destroy each one with a single arrow. Go well. Right, I'm going to start using the Aetheryte shards. Central Shroud is the yellow, blue badger gate. Yeah. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening, yeah. Sing me a song, you're a piano man. Sing me a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. Gets me my drinks for free. Wait, no. I should restart the whole song from the beginning if I'm actually going to start singing it. Although if I start singing, I do apologize for any inaccuracies in my singing voice. Oh no, it's attacking me, oh no! Oh no! It's a archery butt. Where were the other ones? Wait, there were 2 other ones? I guess there must be more than just 6? Huh. Didn't realize that. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's no man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. It's sad and sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La da da, la da da, la da da, da da da, la da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. You've got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. He's quick with a joke, oh, to light up your smoke. But there's someplace that he'd rather be. Says, Bill, I believe this is killing me. A smile ran away from his face. I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. La-di-di, la-di-da, la-di-di, da-di-da-dum. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for her wife. He's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. Pause. Well, well, you made short work of those targets. I must say, it seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I have in mind to give you a more practical experience. We received a request just recently, which I think will provide the perfect opportunity. It seems tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. You have been tasked with culling the beasts. The request comes direct from Stillglade Fane, when the wood whalers in God's Quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters. The conjurers often turn to us for help, and before you ask, there's good reason why they would rather not see this particular task. And before you ask, there's a good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined. But that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Lucienne taught you how to discern an enemy's key trait, did she not? Well, now you need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of her lessons and my own. Your orders are as follows. Head out to the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures, using all the skills you have acquired thus far. Good hunting. Alright, the tree slugs and vultures are in actually Eastern Shroud. There are a couple ways how to get Eastern Shroud. One is through the Shroud area itself. If you go to Central Shroud and go towards east, easy enough to get there. Or there's another way you can get there exactly through Gridania itself. For that, we have to venture to Old Gridania and just take a boat there. The boat's free. And we're doing that part. Alright. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Sing us a song, you're a piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for melody, and you got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. The manager gives me a smile, for he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La-di-da, la-di-da, la-da-da, la-da-da, do-do. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. More vultures. Oh yeah, 8. I'll wait for those guys to pop up again and go after the tree slugs. Alright, we're done here. Alright, we're gonna make it a little faster. Peloton is a skill or a roll thing given to all ranged DPS that you get at level 20. What it does for about 30 seconds, it lets you move faster. And it recharges every 5 seconds. After the 30 seconds are done, you just have to press it again, you get to run a little bit quicker. Shappy's Roar. Right now I'm showing you the way how to get to the Eastern Shroud from Gridania itself. I'm just going to start taking these to get to where I want to go. Archer's Guild. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you required a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses whilst covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at a wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution is simple: maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is a key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the keepers of the move conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city but the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more of a lesson on hunting than on archery. Still, Lucienne knows well my past. Mayhap that was her intent. Hunting too is an art. Before I came to Godani, I never gave it much thought. But the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize... Forgive me, I'm not given the fits of sentiment, truly. Forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize her prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now, I suggest you pay Lucienne a visit. She's doubtless eager to hear from you. It is good to see you. I hope you have learned much from Leah. You adventurer, is it true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? Yes, it was. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Mikute were reckless, but this is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer that woman's presence in our guild, Lucienne? Every time she wastes an arrow in game, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. Aye, and this girl too. She's an embarrassment to us all. That is quite enough, Silver. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet there is much and more you have yet to learn about archery. Clalin has matured greatly in the short time that she has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Clalin's presence here. You will be giving her her next lesson after all. Unless of course you have any objections? No? Good. As for you, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Silver. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress. On that, we can agree. Welcome back. I trust you've been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned when last we spoke, you will train under Silver's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself to his wealth of experience. Go now and present yourself before him. I see it was too much to hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I'm not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is a proud tradition of the Wildwood Ellison. The essence of this art, to read one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, we have defended this great nation against every imaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Could you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No? Can you accurately predict an opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intention at a glance? No. And can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect for Lucienne that I agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out the targets hidden there. But do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemy is fundamental to archery. Yet the trials set by my colleagues do not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden, in the midst of a region rife with savage beasts. They will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event that you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim. A feat I consider beyond you. Was that a frown? Maybe you're thinking that the Mikote set you a similar task? You are wrong. She asks merely that you consider where your foes are. I demand that you discern precisely where they will be. How? When? How then will you go about this? Observe them closely and just discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it is, nor where it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. Oof. You're wearing a hat? That's your hair. Never mind. I thought a hat. Yeah, so the quickest way to the east shroud from the granite, go down here from this boat, is to actually go to the Lancers Guild and just head a short jaunt east. Oh, here's one. Very much hidden. Oh. These savage beasts. Oh my. Uh-oh. Vultures. And monkeys. Oh my. Look, there's even more than 6 for this one. Fascinating. Well, that was fast. Open thine gates. So you have returned. A passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of wildwood tradition. A tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance to protect the weak. All of it, everything was... This is a waste of time. You cannot understand. But if you're so intent on following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. Exiled scouts have been sighted near the river west of Avitat Spire. And, unless you're entirely ignorant of Gridanian history, I need not explain that this act of aggression is part of a century-old conflict. The minions do not matter. It is their leader, Clalin the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts and will be well guarded, yet he stands upon hostile ground, with birdmen and not walls for protection. If you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is an act. This is the art of the Gridanian archer. Embrace the wisdom that I have bestowed upon you, and the fight will be short. If you see the deed done, adventurer, I will take it as proof of your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go. North Shroud. Let's go. Yellow Serpent Gate. Alright, let's go. Now, to get up here, you can certainly follow the path. Path will get you directly to the bridge. But if you take as soon as you leave the Yellow Serpent Gate entrance, if you take a quick right, you can actually just bypass the entire section here. And if you're more curious, if you start in Gridania, there are quests up here as well. I think even if you just come to Gridania, there's quests up here, like side quests. So we're going to be leveled down for this fight, which is fine. The level synced to 19. Okay, let's go. Defeat Clalin the Violator. To those guys. I shall assist you, adventurer. Alright, let's go to the Archer's Guild. Use this shard here. Even now, I struggle to credit the Center's report. Yet here we are, and Nazul Clalin the Violator is no more. That a goddamn adventure should be so... Only by the grace of Nemia herself could you have survived. But even though it was pure luck, I will keep my word. Should you stay or should you go, I care not. You have completed the task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Lucienne. She will doubtless wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you. No more. I'm going to understand that you single-handedly drove off an scouting party, and that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly was that training, Lucienne? Clearly it's just an adventurer. Silver thrust her to the jaws of the enemy in the hope that she wouldn't come back. And then, against all expectations, she did come back. That stubborn Irish still refused to acknowledge her skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes, he said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Silver sees Clalin's skill, and of that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so on those occasions where his tongue and heart are in disagreement. For all his skills at reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he is yet to recognize his own. Impressive work. You have applied yourself to Lee's and Silver's lessons in demonstrating your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon her opponent. Used wisely, it can grant a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that, with regular practice, you'll learn how best to employ it to your advantage. Remember your senior's lesson that you strive for true mastery. Quest complete! Come at a good time, Clalin. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buskaran's Druthers, out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buskaran himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate his claims. The three of us? You mean Clalin, myself, and... It would be better if I went alone, Sylvain. It'd be better if I went alone, Lucien. The Mikute and the other one will only encumber me. No, Silver, you will go as three. Also, it is past time you recognize Clalin as a fellow archer. I will not. I have held my tongue on the matter of her continued presence here, but I will not bend no further. Who in the seven hells do you think you are, Bull-Lord Lewin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore. That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough! But one more word, and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Buskaran's Druthers in the South Shroud. Now, out of my sight! I never said a bloody word! Maybe that's the problem. Alright, I'm gonna take the chocobo there as I gotta go make quick work of the restroom, and then I shall return. First, I'll just get into my trusty trusty steed and make my way. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 la 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 da da da. Not there. This, I suppose. Alright, I'll be right back and get a quick use of the restroom. Returned. I brought something to keep my stomach happy. Alright. Ah, you lot must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guild master will have said, I put in a request for some keen-eyed archers to help track down a gang of poachers that have been plaguing these parts. If I may, it's not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the God's Quiver nor the Wood Whalers deem them worthy of attention. Why then did you imagine them worthy of ours? Because they ain't no common poachers. They're Power Mujuk's gang. They say she and hers are always moving, staying one step ahead. But I reckon she's hiding out here somewhere. Thing is, I just can't send my people out there searching. I made a pact with the red-bellied bandits, see? We stay out of their territory, and they don't make no trouble at the Druthers. That being so, if I summoned the mass ranks of the Whalers and the Quivermen, all 7 hells would swiftly break loose. Assuming they thought the matter was worthy of their attention, of course. Needless to say, that's not an option. As luck could have it, though, I've got 3 keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead. And all without raising no alarms. We understand. You may leave the matter to us. Leah, Clalin, split up and scour the air for any signs of the poachers. Should you discover anything, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go. Ooh, an empty mead bottle. A poacher's arrow. How do you know it's a poacher's arrow? Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. Iron leg trap. Nice. An iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. They're both evidence of illegal activity, but nothing that would help us find Pawa. And these mead bottles are but old refuge from before the Druthers was even built. They have no connection to the gang. What do you know of this Pawa woman, Silver? I know that she is the most infamous poacher ever to walk the Twelveswood. A born leader, deadly with the bow, she formed her own gang of Mikute hunters. She was apprehended once and would have been brought to justice had she not tricked the foolish young sentry into releasing her before vanishing without a trace. Is that so? At any rate, we've scoured the area and found nothing. How do you know that this Pawa was ever even here? I say we informed the God's Quiver and Wood Whaler, taking care not to implicate Buskaran, and leaving the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild. It concerns Britannia, Leia. Pawa Mujuk is a savage and utterly amoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. But what would a vagrant like you know of duty to one's homeland? No more than she, I suspect. How dare you, and you, Clalin, say something! Now is not the time for this. Yes, be the good person. Very well. We will continue the we'll return to the matter at hand. Mayhap we should take a second look at the clues we have gathered. Look all you want. Though the trap and arrow we found would suggest poaching, there's nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine? The mead bottles. Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you, these bottles predate the Druthers. They have no connection with this matter. But if these bottles are so old, why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently. Wait. Before the calamity, Buscadon served as a sentry, and even then he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern. And it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. If some survived, of course, Buscadon Scar, his old lookout post. It may not be Poa Mujuk, but we must investigate at once. Let's go. Any signs? Any signs? Look, the ground is covered in Mikote footprints. These tracks are fresh. Very fresh. I'll wager the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled. Else they're hiding near... Take cover! There I was thinking we caught ourselves some of the meddling bloody masqueraders. Not that I'm complaining. Had your face downright bloody rude when you ain't been introduced. Speaking of ill manners, don't you know it ain't decent to barge you into a lady's bedchamber without knocking? You would lecture us on manners? Truly, I've heard it all. Do you have us outnumbered? We had best split up. The leader's mine. I'll try and isolate her from her litter. Sever, Clalin, I'll leave the rest. I leave to you two. As you will. There's a healer. There goes the healer. Why is he knocked her against one man? One person. That was easy. Was that the last of them? Have you seen Aliapo? With me, Clalin. This was a piss poor showing, sister. And you call yourself a keeper. A hunter with no fangs eat nothing but prey. Hell. Ah, bugger. Looks like playtime's over. Be seeing you, sister. That's gotta hurt the hand. Oof. So it was Power Mujuk after all. Buskato must be informed. Power Mujuk, I was no match for her. Seven hells, they were at my old post, and they drank my old mead? That stings most of all. Well, 'tis past time the proper authorities were involved. I'll send messengers to the Wood Whalers and God's Quiver. The Red Belly Bandits won't like it one bit, but I'll see that they're told exactly who the military's after. I only hope it'll be enough. Of course, Moab Mujuk's no fool. Now she knows she's been spotted, she'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds. And the trail won't stay fresh long neither. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friends. Tell Lucien I appreciate the help. Lucien. Lucien. Let's just bring me start to yeah. Welcome back, Clalin. Civil tells me that you encountered Power Mujuk. Norgadanian could fail to recognize that name. So often has been spoken and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. This is a matter for the God's Quiver and Wood Whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our art. And I was surprised to note that Lee and Silver were not at Logger's Head upon their return. I presume we owe this unnatural state of affairs to your calming influence? No? Modest to the last? Modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I implore you to share that perspective with your peers and help them to grow into better, wiser archers. As you go forth and temper your skills in battle, know that we always look forward to your return. Clalin, I had hoped you would come. You may be able to help. I am concerned about Lee and Silver. These show signs of losing perspective and, well, mayhap it is best you see for yourself. I cannot help but feel that both would benefit from your counsel. Consider this a personal request. Oh God, did Lucien send you to pester me by any chance? This is hardly her concern, and is most definitely not yours. If you must know, I have decided to leave the guild. I mean to track down Pawamujik and finish what we started. The gods, Quiver, and Wood Whalers seem content to ignore our warnings, but I will not let her escape again. I already made that mistake once, and it cost me my place in the gods' quiver. I, the foolish young sentry of whom I once spoke, he was me. We had her, Clalin. There was no escape. Then she began to wail about a wounded comrade, one who would surely die without her help. She looked me straight in the eye and begged, and I blinked. I failed to see through the most elementary ruse. I failed Gridania and the gods' quiver. And while that can never be forgiven, mayhap I can reclaim a measure of honor by stopping her. But a wanderer like you would not understand what it means to betray your people. Were I not, I do not intend to leave just yet. I'll continue to gather information until I am certain of Mujik's whereabouts. Make no mistake, though, it is only a matter of time. Now run along, will you? Oh, and if you're so concerned about your fellow guildmates, you should attend to that moping Mikote. The sight of her shuffling about while staring at her feet is bad for morale. Not that it matters to me. Oh, it's you. Tell me, do you ever think of home? Do you ever wish you could go back? Mine was just another poor village in the Twelveswood. The fields were more stone than soil, and merchant hardly ever bothered to visit. We didn't have a lot, but we didn't need it. Then the calamity came. I remember running, and the screams. It was so loud. It's so unbearably loud. And then I was here, in a strange city, surrounded by more people than I'd ever seen. And I didn't know any of them. But I knew how to hunt. I was always good at hunting, and the guild gave me a place to get better. At least, I thought I had gotten better. Pawamujik, she was so much more. I've been thinking, maybe this is a sign. Maybe Silvera's right, and this guild, the city, is no place for an outsider like me. So, I've decided to leave. I'm glad to have known you, Clalin, even if it was only for a short while. Forgive me if this is too selfish of a request, but before I go, I would like to meet with you one last time. Alone, in the South Shroud, these Gridanians would not understand. Where are boots? Alright, let's just teleport. No, don't hurt her. And there I was, thinking he might have accepted my kind invitation. I don't recall inviting her, though. 'Tis rude to presume, Missy, and I do not hate rudeness. And I do so hate rudeness. Wait, it's not her fault, it's mine. I invited her. She's a member of the Archers Guild, like me, and she's not Gridanian. Ah, I do begin to recall her face. Aye, she knows how to hold a bow, that one. Well, she ain't the typical recruit, but I reckon I might be willing to make an exception. No, it's not like that. I just want to say goodbye. Clalin, ever since I met Pawa, I've been at a loss. But I realize now that my place isn't at the guild. Isn't at the guild with the Gridanians. They'll never accept me. This is where I belong, with my people. Carrying on our traditions, our archeries. Our archeries, not Gridania's. It's all I have left, Clalin, so I'm going with Pawa. Maybe you don't understand now, but just promise me you won't tell Lucien or Silver. The hells I won't. Clalin! I had a feeling she might be harboring a few niggling objections. Worry not, sister. Put an arrow in her. No! Ain't no love law twixt ye and the guild, is there? Then what's the problem with feathering a bloody adventurer? No bugger will miss her. I'll miss her, alright? So just stop. Dear me, and I had such high hopes for you, Miss Aliapo. What a bloody waste of bloody time. A keeper who's lost her nerves of as much use to me as a glass bow. But there's no sport in killing captured prey. Ugh. I better not see it neither of you again, because if I do, I'll show you what happens to prey that's daft enough to get caught twice. Away, sisters, away. How do you do it, Clan? How do you live in this place with these people? And why do you even bother? What have they given you besides scorn? Well, what do you see in them? Even though you joined the guild after I did, you've come so far, so quickly. Maybe you've even surpassed me. I want to know how you've done it. I want to know what it is that I'm doing wrong. And there's only one way I can think of to find out. Meet me at the Bannock. The Bannock. Where's the Bannock? That's, if I remember it, that is Central Shroud. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's in here. Alright, I know where we're going. Shall we begin, Clalin? Yep, let's go. Then defend yourself. Show me what these people have taught you. Oh, okay. Is she a Beastmaster? She's hunting. She's summoning falcons. I can do that too, Missy. I see now. Okay. It's so simple. You have opened your eyes and looked beyond your master's faults. You've accepted her teachings and taken them to heart. Even Silver, for all his bigotry, wishes only to preserve his traditions. I lost sight of everyone else's struggles and became obsessed with my own. I was so afraid to let go of my cherished notion of archery, my family's notion, and learn another way. I didn't want to betray them or dishonor their memory. But I have a family here too, a family that sees the wider world and is willing to show me how blinkered I had become. As archers, we train our eyes and minds to be unforgiving, to defy any attempt at concealment, and discern the naked truth. It is little wonder then that I have neglected to look inside myself until now. Though unquestionably worthwhile, I have found the experience rather excruciating. Thank you, Clalin. I know now that I belong to the guild, together with you and Lucien. And yes, you and that bloody wildwood. God help me, I think I might actually miss him. Quickly doing something on the side here as well from my YouTube channel. Let's see. Here we go. Welcome home, Clalin. You need not say a word. One look at Leah's eyes was enough. Thank you for returning her to us. When we focus on a single goal and pursue it with passion and fervor, it becomes easy to lose sight of what else lies before us. With your skill and vision, you can help your fellow archers look beyond themselves and remember their comrades. I hope I can count on your support in the future. Thank the gods you've come. Perhaps you can talk some sense into this stubborn fool. Calm yourself, Silver. At least let us petition the order of the Twin Adder for... There is no time, Lucien. Poa would be long gone before their forces had even assembled. Alone, I can move more swiftly, take these poachers by surprise, and force them to divulge her location. We understand how you feel, Silver, but this is too reckless. At least permit Clalin and me to accompany you. You, the adventurer and the savage, you cannot understand. Silver! But I do understand. I know what it means to take pride in your home, to want more than anything to protect it, and to be consumed by the guilt when you cannot. I see what you're going through, Silver, and I understand. This guild taught me to open my eyes and see clearly. I beg you, Silver, open yours. You have friends here, ready to fight. You have us. I've never considered you my friends. Do not follow me. Well, his flying certainly hasn't improved. If he honestly thinks he's doing us a favor by forbidding us from getting involved, he's an even bigger fool than I imagined. Come to the South Shroud. It'd be nice if, I don't know, they bring back the Western Shroud. That'd be nice. One day. Maybe maybe on the 10th expansion. Silver. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Well, this is unfortunate. Silver! Clalin, I told you not to follow me. I neither need nor want. Don't take me for a fool. You cannot conceal the truth from this archer's eye. Clalin, the others are almost upon us. We must make our stand here and protect Silver. Silvar. Duty complete. I told you, I do not need nor want your assistance. Quite why you have deluded yourselves into thinking. You're the one who's deluded, thinking you can deceive us even when a blind man can see that you cover your mouth every time you tell a lie. Observe with intent, overlook not the smallest detail. Discern your subject's unique characteristics and recognize the pattern in their behavior. I learned these things from Lucien, and from you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you get yourself killed. There's still so much I don't know about Gridania Wildwood archery, so much that I need you to teach me. I suppose fixing your form is the least I can do. Pawai's gang's already on the move. We have but one chance to catch them. Poachers throughout the Twelves would use bone whistles like this one to communicate. With it, I believe we can lure Pawa out of hiding, assuming she has not moved on. So that's why I came to Taker's Rod, for this gang's whistle. Clalin, if you are determined to help me, I have a task for you. Pawa was last seen near Isamhar, to the east of the camp. Through a hollow tree trunk is a clearing where two streams meet, and Fs are wont to congregate. We will lay a trap there, and you will be the bait. Do not fear. I swear on my honor as a Gridanian archer that no harm will come to you. Aw, he swore. I think that's inside that tree. inside the tree. Stupid whistle. Here, dog. Here, dog. So funny. Bollocks. I knew I should have trusted me gut. Maybe get a better whistle? Some blokes just can't take a hint. I do hope you'll forgive my forwardness, madame. No, no, sir. 'Tis most flattening. 'Tis most flattering. Wouldn't ye agree, sisters? Why don't we show our gallant Wildwood admirer and his miss just how much we appreciate their attentions? I hope you like it rough, darling. Now we just keep pelting this one with arrows. I mean, she's gonna be a good pincushion after this. It's just me, it's getting a bit chilly out. Oh, my folks, I'll keep you warm and toasty. Spread out, she has oiled arrows. I want oiled arrows. See, archers and bards used to have that ability. Leave like a fire puddle. You got rid of that. She's running, running. Catch her, catch her. And I thought you only had eyes for me. Ooh, that's rough. I thought you only had eyes for me. Wow. She's having a rough day. I can't. I won't. I guess if I became a pincushion, I'd find it would be painful too. Did you see, Clalin? A perfect shot. Lucian must hear this. Let's hurry back to Gridania at once. Did you learn nothing from my lesson? Your style is far removed from proper wildwood techniques. Still, you acquitted yourself well enough, I suppose. I will see to Pawa. Should she try to escape, she will find me far less sympathetic than the last time. Yeah, I'd be groaning too if I became a pincushion. Let's just teleport. It's a long way to the top. Yeah, it's quite a long ways. Let's just teleport. You got to rock and roll. It's a long way to the top. Someone's behind me. I'm relieved to see you again, Clalin. Had the three of you not been united in your purpose, Pawa Mujik would still be free, and one or more of you would surely be dead. I am so proud of you, Clalin. Not only have you mastered our teaching, but you have also helped your guildmates regain their perspective that they had lost. For showing such compassion to your peers, I wish to teach you a new technique, Windbite. With Windbite, you can bring the power of the very air around you to bear against your opponents, and they will suffer on long after you knock their next arrow. It will serve you well in battle, I am certain. All archers walk the same path, towards improvement and discovery. As long as you have the vision to see the path ahead, you will continue to mature and excel. Yet, we all grow weary and lose direction in time. When this befalls you, I have no doubt but that you will find your way back to us. Trust in your eyes. They will never lead you astray. Windbite! Okay, that's the ending of the Archer storyline. We're going to continue this with the Bard right away. So, go back here, New Game Plus again. DPS, Bard. Jean Ted, the God's Bow. A legendary archer, the God's Quiver, who was also a skilled bard, renowned for inspiring others through song. Anyone and everyone who has mastered a bow is eager to seek his tutelage, but he is committed only to teach poetry in verse. Nevertheless, you agree to undertake his lessons and soon find there is much more to be learned than meter and rhyme. Let's go. Talk with Madame here, Lucien. Well met, Clalin. Would that we had time for banter. Would we? Wow. Well met, Clalin. Would that we had time for banter. But we're all up in our arms here. Yet another exile dirigible has been spotted over the Twellswood, you see. Their reappearance calls to my mind the Battle of Griffin Crossing. Aye, I say battle, but most agree that massacre would be rather more apt. Aye, the exile dealt us a crushing defeat that day, right around this time of year it was, more than 2 decades past. A humiliating episode in our history to be sure, but heavens forbid that we ever forget it. Failure is the finest, if not the kindest, of teachers. And few things drive a woman better than its sting. But do let's speak of cheerier matters. Mayhap you've already heard, but a renowned archer has recently returned to the Twelvewood, the one they call the God's Bow. That's just a title, of course. His birth name is Jean-Tel, and he was once of the God's Quiver. The man was a legend even then, and there was no honor greater than being taken under his tutelage. But that's not all there is to him. That's not all there is to him, mind you. Jean-Tel was also a skilled bard, one of the rare few capable of inspiring others to great feats through song. Upon learning that God's Bow has returned, dozens of us flocked to him in hopes of training under a legend, yours truly included. Alas, the meetings haven't unfolded quite as we had hoped. Jean-Tel has refused to teach each and every suitor that has approached him thus far. Though it should be mentioned that the topics he is reluctant to instruct us in do not include poetry and song. He seems excitedly keen to teach us all about them. Some few of us were tempted to take him up on his offer, save that we have a nation to defend. Far be it from my intent to belittle all those bards out there, but I like my chances rather than barging into battle with a quiver than a harp. Here we were hoping that transcendent mastery of the bow might be ours. By that sparkle in your eye, I'd wager you have an interest in that self-same poetry and song. Come now, there is no call for shyness, and there is more to life than battle. If you would present yourself as a pupil to Jean-Tel, I happen to know his whereabouts. I'm given to understand that he has made his camp somewhere west of Quarrymill in the South Shroud. Jean-Tel is an agreeable sort of fellow, and should be willing enough to meet with you. Truth be told, I'm still holding on to hope. If you can find a way into Jean-Tel's confidence, mayhap we can yet be persuaded to train us. I wish you the best of luck, friend. Quarry mill. Alright, let's... I just know where he is. That's why I'm coming up here. Jean-Tel. Ah, another guest. You were kind to pay me a visit, young one. Naught gives us elderly folk more pleasure than the company of the young. Add to that a steaming pot of tea and the beauty of the Twellswood, and we could want for a little more. Ah, but the curl on your lip tells me that tea and scenery are not what you desire. You seek knowledge of archery, I take it. In which case, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Clalin, was it? Yes, I am Jean-Tel, the one they call the God's Bow. But that was in another life. I have long cast aside my bow, taking instead a harp to my breast. For years I have lived as a bard, going wherever the wind blows, exulting in the beauty in creation through song. To be sure, I still have the eyes to recognize a promising archer when I see one. And you, young one, have promise. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and one day you may count yourself a virtuoso of the board, virtuoso of the bow. Yet know that virtuosity is worthless without virtue. Aye, the words of the ballad of the vainglorious fool tells us this much. You truly wish to remain and learn poetry and verse? Well, well, well. I must admit to being rather taken aback. In uncertain times, in uncertain days such as these, there are few indeed who would devote their time to song as opposed to more tangible endeavors. You intrigue me, young one. I find myself growing curious as to how the melodies of old might find expression through you. I do believe a certain friend of mine would be of the same opinion. Aye, that would be as good a place as any for us to begin. Listen well, Clalin. There is a Moogle named Pucknopoki, who can often be found wandering in areas situated east of here. I wouldn't have you present yourself to him. Pucknopoki is possessed of a discerning eye for talent. If he sees potential in you, I should be well satisfied that you indeed have the makings of a bard. Oh, Hedo, O poison Althic, turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. Keep running and scratch him. Goblin thugs. Kupo. Koopa! How could this have happened? It's just so embarrassing. A blunder for the ages, Kupo. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? That's a rare talent, I'll allow, but you caught me at a bad time, Kupo. Now, be a good adventurer and show yourself out. Jean-Tel sent you? You should have said so sooner, Kupo. You do know that Jean-Tel is no ordinary bard, yes? His songs can salve your heart and strengthen your resolve. They can banish your fears and fill you with hope. That's not even scratching the surface. Why, to hear him perform is like bathing in sunbeams, Kupo. I have asked, begged, and pleaded more times than I can count for Jean-Tel to stay and sing in the forest. Only now has he deigned to set foot here again, but he's refusing to sing for us. That's a blatant breach of promise, Kupo. But what's this? Why, your being resonates with a chord similar to Jean-Tel's. Perhaps even identical, Kupo. By the 12, that means things may yet turn out as planned. Why, you might even have it in you to surpass the man, and that's saying a lot, Kupo. Egads, your coming has me so excited my predicament nigh escaped my mind. There's a charm that I meant to give to Jean-Tel, you see, but it was stolen as I napped, Kupo. I roused just in time to espied the thief and attempted to give chase. Alas, drowsiness robbed me of my balance, and I was delayed by this tree. Last I saw that overbold brigand, he, or possibly she, was scurrying towards Taker's Rock, Kupo. Now, I realize we've only just met, but would you mind recovering the charm and delivering to Jean Ted in my stead? Alright, let's go inside the Mikute infested place. Stolen crate. Let's just steal the stolen crate. They were doing nothing to me. Why did I hurt them? I have no excuse why I did that. Have you recovered the charm? Puko Poki's charm. A quaint keepsake made from a single tiny crystal. You did it, Kupo. Please, you must now deliver it to Jean-Tel. Tell him that Pukno Poki thinks I'm a cunning rogue. But is excited nonetheless. So excited, in fact, that he cannot help but sing. Kupo, lo 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 lo. Lots of running, lots of walking. Welcome back, Clalin. Hmm? You have a charm and message for me from Pukno Poki, you say? A cunning rogue am I. I suppose I must explain. Pukno Poki and I go back a long way to when I first took up the harp. I made a promise to him then one that I have yet to make good on. Pukno Poki has long desired that I remain in the Twelveswood to sing for the rest of my days. Regrettably, I have been ill able to oblige him. Duty called, you see. I had battlefields to stand upon and comrades to protect. Moreover, an event came to pass that rendered my being in the Twelveswood problematic. I thought that by taking eager souls such as you under my wing, mayhap it would suffice to appease Pukno Poki. Of course, he saw straight through my little ruse. What the Mughals lacked in grace, they make up for in wit. The creatures are great lovers of song. That you return with this charm is proof positive of his high regard for your potential as bard and archer both. The charm is a crystal known as the soul of the bard. Pukno Poki asked that you bring it to me, aye, but he meant for you to have it. It is a gift from the Mughals, bestowed upon those who they deem worthy of walking down the path of the true bard. The soul of the bard harbors memories of the past, verses and refrains sung by the bards of old. As you gain in worldly experience, none more of these memories will find expression through your being, imbuing your song with powers untold. Now, it may surprise you to hear that bowmen and bards are as next Sorry. It may surprise you to hear that bowmen and bards are as next of kin. By the same token, mastery of song is dependent upon one's prowess as an archer. The sense of this will be lost upon you at first, but in time the realization will dawn that bow and harp are but stringed instruments played by the same hand. Go now and let your body and soul drink deep of the melodies of old. When next we meet, I hope to see a fully fledged bard standing before me, one who exceeds even Puknopoki's wildest expectations. Bard unlocked! Again. Alright, so now I get to put on the troop. Bard gear. With the same bow as him. We both have a relic weapon. Except mine is smaller. Ah, that glint of determination in your eyes is a testament to your newfound strength. You put me in mind of my salad days, Clalin. You would know why I truly abandoned the battlefield and became a bard? That I took an arrow to the knee is what most folk believe, but it is quite clear that you are not most folk. Very well, I shan't insult your intelligence with an untruth. For now, allow me to answer by saying that everything in creation is given to change. And man most of all. I was drawn to the power of song, the power to touch the very souls of men, and decided that I must pursue it. Sadly, that power has been all but forgiven in this age of cynicism. Such songs as those performed by tavern bards serve no purpose beyond the amusement of drunkards. But that was not always the way of it. There was a time when song could shape the outcome of conflict. Ever since nations first quarreled, armies have fled fielded archers wherein they rained death upon their enemies from afar. As the battle unfolded, however, the distinction between the lines of friend and foe would grow hazy. Yet the archer's part did not end there. He had to stay ever alert, with arrow nocked and eyes trained upon the struggle. Even as his comrades fell, turning the earth red with their blood, the archer could ill afford to avert his gaze, lest that moment cost another his life. One need not have a vivid imagination to appreciate the torrent of emotion that raged within him at that moment. Nerves near to fraying, his breast fit to burst, the archer did the only thing he could. He sang. His bow became a makeshift instrument, plucked as an accompaniment. As an accompaniment. At first, the archer sang only to still the roiling within, but his voice chanced to carry to his comrades. It spirited those engaged in combat, lending strength to their sword arms. And to those who lay upon the precipice of death, it gained a measure of peace. Realizing the tactical potential of song, yet loath to set aside skilled archers for that purpose, armies began raising dedicated regiments of minstrels. But the members of such units were no warriors, Clalin. Fair of voice and nimble of finger, these career minstrels could find a place in the hall of any lord. Yet they knew not of the burden borne by those who charge into battle, whose lot is to dance with death and sup on pain. And so their songs rang hollow, holding no power over the hearts of man. In eastern Lanosha, spirits are said to haunt the trees of Raincatcher's Gully. I would ask you to travel there and await the emergence of these specters. Through force of arms, you are to release the spirits from their tormented existence, and in doing so, ease their unfathomable suffering. With such a deed might might draw forth an ancient melody from the soul of the bard. Right. All right. We've been here before a few times. It's where the ninja quest line is. But we're not going to stay here long. We're here for one aspect of this quest, then we move on to more things. The Archer's Anthem. How do I normally get up here? Aha. Well, that was easy. Alright, so let's keep going here. Welcome back, Clalin. In your eyes, I see a layer of understanding, of regret, and of futility. And in your heart, it now echoes with the strains of an old song, newly discovered. Embrace this song, and as you play it in battle, shall ever more powerful emotions beset and temper your soul. When your stock of tales has grown, pray return and regale me with stories of your adventures. The Warden's Paean. 'Tis good to see you return, Clalin, and more seasons still your time in the world. Call me a spoony bard, but as a man in the winter of his years, it gives me great joy to observe an adventure in the spring of life. It is an odd time for recollection, but it was a spring day when a bard first came to my hometown. He played the most sorrowful chords, even as his words tantalized the ear like the breath of one's first love. Many a maiden's heart were stolen during his visit, and countless more besides. Clalin, would you believe that common bards, too, were born of archers? This may seem far-fetched upon first hearing, but it isn't so far a stretch. Ask yourself this. What becomes of soldiers when conflict gives way to peacetime? Some have lives to return to I, but those must needs take up a new needs take up a new trade to make ends meet. Well, It just so happened that many who had once bent the bow took up strumming the harp. They wandered the realm, singing passionately and earnestly of the war as seen through their own eyes, of sweet victories and bitter defeats, of sacrifice and cowardice. Their songs so captured the imagination of the people, nary a day passed that the bard was not called to perform, be it in an humble tavern or some great lord's hall. Alas, their popularity proved their downfall. Intoxicated by the attentions of the masses, the bards took to embellishing their songs in a bid to outdo one another. And over time, each song was shorn of verity, till the bard's repertoire contained not one shred of truth. By now, you will know that such songs have no purchase upon man's hearts. Certainly, a embodied tune may set off fits of laughter in a sailor, and a sorrowful ballad summon tears from the eyes of soft-hearted maiden. Yet these are but pale shadows of what songs can achieve. For a blessing, this decline did not escape the notice of the Mughals. As a great patron of the arts, they feared that the true power of song might be lost to mankind. So it was that they labored to gather and safeguard those crystals known as souls of the bard, that they might be bestowed upon worthy men and women. Now, well as I know you relish listening to my sermons, I dare say it's past time we moved on to the practical side of the lesson. I know I have mentioned this previously, but tell me, are you perchance familiar with the ballad of the Vainglorious Fool? Well? Nay? Well, that won't do at all. We must remedy... Right? Oops. Ah, nay? Well, that won't do at all. We must remedy this post-haste. The song recounts the massacre of Griffin Crossing, a battle that took place decades ago wherein countless Gridanian lives came to a premature end. Ah, but do not forgive me. I seem to have mistaken the proper order of things. Before I begin, I must be convinced that the point of the tale will not be lost upon you. Else, while I will have wasted my breath in the telling of it. Now, heed well these instructions. You must make your way to Welwick Wood, where resides a matted pair of owl goats that have but recently lost a kid. The pair have been driven mad with grief, and only death will put an end to the uncontrolled rampages. Linger in their territory until you encounter the beasts, and let fly your arrows of mercy. As you liberate them from their sorrow, so too shall your soul resonate with the echoes of poignant melody. This will be a sad one, sadly. Roots Lake. We're doing the 1.0, getting all the etherite shards. Because it used to be down in the outside world, and Roots Lake was one of the more trickier ones to get. Welcome back, Clalin. I can almost hear the cries of mourning that have seared themselves into your soul. That you remain unbowed by such anguish is a testament to your spirit's fortitude. Yet, even as your heart swells to contain these new experiences, you must not neglect your skills with the bow. A resilient heart must needs have a robust body in which to beat. Once you have trained both to equal strength, a resilient heart must needs have a robust body in which to beat. Once you have trained both to equal strength, then shall I perform for you the ballad of the vainglorious fool. Welcome back, Clalin. By your tranquil countenance, it is plain that both your body and soul are in readiness for the next stage of your journey. Very well. The time is right that I teach you the ballad of the vainglorious fool. The song tells of an archer of the god's quiver, whose peerless skill is surpassed only by his hubris. Alas, that hubris led to the annihilation of his entire regiment at the battle which has come to be called the Massacre of Griffin Crossing. Standing guard in the dead of night, an archer wearying of the sight, drunk on pride and starved for glory, forsook his post to claim victory. 10 yawns had the archer crept, when shrieks rang out whence his comrades slept. For he was not there to see the knives, nor to ring the bell to save friends' lives. To me, Clalin, what lessons can be learned from this tale? But hold that thought. What your tongue claims to understand interests me not. As before, I'd sooner have you demonstrate the fruits of your learning with bow in hand. This time, however, you shall have the pleasure of my company. I would have you escort me to Gilmore Ruins in the North Shroud. It is there that a few fallen from the massacre of the Griffin Crossing have been laid to rest. Pray honor this place of remembrance with a bouquet of lilies. Heed me, O puissant Althic, cast thee back the reins of the firmament, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. No, 40. Interesting that we have level 45 mobs here, mixed in with the 37, 38 mobs. Nemea lilies. Bouquets such as these are oft used as offerings to the dead. Proceed. The enemy van. The enemy van. No, I cannot. Why? Why do I still draw breath? Ah. That is a sin of the past would beget another. Forgive me, Clalin. That's all you have to do? Wow. Okay. Alright. That was easy. Ah. Where'd he go? As you have doubtless noticed, I am no longer capable of wielding a bow. I, whom they called the God's bow. I had hoped that the years would take the edge off the memories, but I hoped in vain. Absolution does not come so easily. Heed me well, Clalin, for I shall reveal all to you. The man sung of in the ballad of the vainglorious fool, whose hubris doomed an entire regiment, he and I are one and the same. Being no stranger to the bow, you will know that the archer's role in battle is that of support. His charge is to thin out the enemy line that his comrades might gain ground in the field of battle. By that most basic of criteria, I was unfit to hold a bow from the first. In my pride and lust for battle, I sent countless souls to a bloody grave. Good men and women all, with loved ones and bright futures awaiting them. I lost to live to will that day, becoming an empty husk of a man, tormented in sleep and wakefulness both by the memory of my crime. But the gods were not without mercy. They gifted me with song, that I might find a measure of solace in my wretched existence. A new melody resounds within you, I see. Though this outing was rather far departed from what I had in mind, that it still bore fruit gives me comfort. On that note, let us conclude the lesson. I dare say I have no cause to worry that you will repeat the selfsame mistake as the vainglorious fool. Clalin, I would be alone for a while. Take yourself back to the camp. I shall make my own way there presently. I am glad to see you safely returned. Though I rasped my voice hoarse through this, I'm glad to see you returned. Though I rasped my voice hoarse through the saying of it, I cannot tell you enough times how much I regret dragging you into such danger. And yet, there is more I would ask of you. If you would do me the kindness of lending your ear, then pray speak now. Reign of Death. You listen to my request, though you know me for the vainglorious fool I am. I am humbled. The boon I ask of you is simple. I would have you sing for me. Yes. Old MacDonald had a heartfelt performance, masterfully delivered. You have come far in such a short time, my young apprentice. Hearing your song this day, I am convinced that you are well on your way to surpassing me, as bard and archer both. Soon there will be naught left for me to impart to you. Clalin, you have proven yourself worthy of the consecrated garments worn by the true bards of old to honor the keeper. I speak of the choral attire. The attire was entrusted to me when Puknopoki and I first met, deep within the Twelvewood. The Moogle and I had traded scarce more than a handful of words when he proffered me the attire along with the soul of the bard. At that time I knew not the full power of song, and so declined the gifts. But Puknopoki would not be denied. For all his good humor, the Moogle can be unmoving as a rock. The attire chooses the wearer, not the other way around, he insisted, and I found myself yielding to his will. In mastering the verses of war, I won acclaim beyond my wildest dreams upon the field of battle, and for a time I was well pleased. Alas, my lust for glory knew no bounds, the consequence of which you were already aware. It was in the wake of the massacre of Griffin Crossing. Stricken with guilt, I to not more than the earth to open up and swallow me whole. I had lost the will to live, but I was too craven to end it myself. And so I took to wandering aimlessly, in search of a place to die, far away from the judging eyes of men. Disillusioned with the power of song, I committed an act of folly. I scattered the coral attire across the realm. If truly the attire chooses the wearer, I challenged and let it find its way back to me. Determined I would not be proven wrong, I went to great pains to ensure that the attire would never again see the light of day, and the pieces now rest in places of peril. Being the proud fool that I was, it never crossed my mind that mayhap another was meant to don it. I would entrust the coral attire to you, but as you see, you must needs brave the dangers to claim it. I shall mark its whereabouts on your map, but I cannot afford you to further aid me beyond that. I am deeply sorry for my folly of years past, has entrailed this burden upon you. But Althec works in mysterious ways. In his wisdom, it may be that he sent this trial to test your spirit. I mean not for my sentiments to encumber you, but I am convinced that you are the one chosen by the coral attire. But pray do not take that as license for complacency. Trials wouldn't be called such if they fail to tax one's ability. Stay ever on your toes. I would have you return whole of body and bear in the 4 parts of my surrendered raiment. Heed me, O priest and Althec. Reverse thee the seasons turning, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. Earth diff is right here, so get to that one first. Rabon's push, I think that's in northern Thanalan. Goldleaf Dias, don't know. Halfstone sounds like Luminsa. Yep. Oh, Goldleaf Shroud. What am I doing? Excuse me. Alright, that was the chapeau. Rabon's push would be northern Thanalan, so let's go there next. Interesting how it's only 4 p.m. It's dark here. Where in Lenosha? Really? That's it? Alright. I don't know what that is. Complete the quest one fell swoop to unlock. I don't think I have that yet. Wow. Alright. Let's go to hand this in. That's just an A rank. So you have returned, sound of body and mind, I trust, and you bear the 4 parts of the choral attire. I knew for the true owner of these garments ere I heard your song. Since the day we met, your determination has reminded me of much that I have lost and would have again. I have at last settled my heart on the matter that has plagued me for some decades. When my preparations are complete, you shall know of my decision. Until then, may your song lift the spirits of your allies, and your arrow seek the hearts of your foes. Alright, last quest for Bard. Let's go. You have done well, my young apprentice. In returning with the coral attire, you have reaffirmed my faith in you. I see no further reason to withhold from you the existence of the final piece in the set, the piece that has brought us together. Listen well. When I put down my bow, I vow never again to set foot in the Twelves Wood. That I now forsake my oath is of no reason than to impart my knowledge to one who would succeed me. Lest you wonder why I should deem that so important, permit me to relate to an event which has brought about a great change in me. My most recent journey has taken me to Ul'dah, where I found myself ambling through the marketplace early one morn. Browsing the wares on display, mine eyes were met with a relic from my past, a piece of the coral attire that I had discarded decades before, countless malms away. I felt at once that it was not mere chance that has reunited me with it, and put forth the coin with nary a pause. Holding the garments in my hand, I resolved to find a worthy heir to my legacy. Alas, no sooner did I arrive in the Twelveswood than I found myself mobbed by archers seeking to hone their skills. Amongst those who came, not one showed the least interest in poetry and verse. Sorely discouraged and regretting my decision, I made to strike camp and leave the Twelveswood once more, never to return. It was then that you appeared, young one. When you expressed your desire to learn song, I could scarce contain my joy. Looking back, I am fully convinced that our meeting has been preordained. Your coming has instilled in me with the courage to attend the matter which I had spoken earlier. I am ready to make a pilgrimage to the scene of my regiment's demise. Ever since that fateful day, I have been haunted by visions of my fallen comrades, torment graven upon their bloodied faces. Lost to hope, but too craven to end my own life, I wandered the land aimlessly, seeking a place to die. But the heavens denied me even that. Yet just when it seemed that despair would draw me wholly into its black abyss, never to emerge again, a melody resounded within me. It was then that I awakened the power of song and found new purpose in life. I embarked upon a journey to master such verses as would bestow peace upon the fallen, that I might lay the tortured souls of my comrades to rest. It has taken long years, but now I believe I can offer a requiem worthy of my comrades. To do so, however, I require one last favor of you. I would have you escort me to the west of the observatorium in the Quarthus Central Highlands. It is there that we shall find the scene of my regiment's demise. Your presence kindles within me a courage I had thought lost. I would have none other by my side as I undertake this pilgrimage, now as I enter the most daunting stage of my life. Once you arrive, I pray that you pay your respects with another bouquet of Nemea lilies. When my requiem is sung, you shall have the final piece of the coral attire. Heed me, O prescient one, Althic. Reverse thee the dance of the stars athwart the night sky, that we might ease the suffering of the souls long departed. We're going to the observatorium. All right. Quarthus it is. Let's proceed. Level 50 quest. Level 50 fight. Level 50. I must be cold. They're not too happy to hear that song. Rah! Oh, they're just growling. We are surrounded, and our foes seem disinclined to listen to parley. You must survive this. My soul is overburdened with the death of too many dear companions. I might die of frostbite before I die of wolf bites. Dead. Clalin, without you, I would not be standing here this day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, my friends, I have kept you waiting over long. Grrr. The keeper betrays. I can wield the bow once more. She shot him right in the head. Headshot. It was you, young one, who helped me to remember how. I have known this for some time, but your presence is a salve to the wounds of my soul. Your coming has delivered me from the nightmares of my past. My worthy successor, to you I entrust the final piece of the coral attire. Don it and go forth to fill the hearts of men with courage and purpose. Though the seasons may turn, bending a man's back and dimming his eye, so long as there is life, there is reason to hope. Thank you, Clalin, for showing me the truth of this. With the blood of my comrades upon my hands, to simply draw a breath racked me with such guilt as I could not bear. But the time for mourning is past. I shall take out the bow once more and lend what aid I can to the gods' quiver. In finding those who yet live, I can do my fallen comrades the greatest honor. Yet another melody resounds within you. I see. Then there is not more I can impart to you. As equals, let us together give praise to life and all the joy that it brings. Heed me, O priest and Althec. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might exult in the glory of all creation. In thine exalted name we sing, that the living may savor life and the departed know true peace. I thank you again, Clalin. You have touched this old fool the gentle touch of salvation. Yours here awaits. Go forth and inspire endless hope and courage with the beauty of your songs. May we one day meet again. Battle voice. And with that, we have reached the end of the Archers and Bards storyline within A Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV. With this, we have 5 jobs left to work with. Conjurer White Mage, Botanist, Carpentry, Leatherworking, and lastly, Lancer Dragoon. I'm not going to be able to do those tonight. I'm pretty sure I might be falling asleep in about an hour's time, probably less. So that being said, I'm going to wish everyone to have a very good evening. I thank you for joining. If you like what you see, click on like, click on follow to be updated of future videos. And I do truly thank everyone who take the time to watch these videos. It truly is. It means something to me. It means a lot to me, and I truly appreciate that. In saying that now, I'm going to head out. We're going to raid someone who I don't know yet. Not many people I know are up, so that just means we raid someone I don't know. How about this person? Captain raiding another captain. Captain Odin. There we go. That sounds just hilarious. Alright. Once again, thank everyone for joining. You take care. We shall raid our friend in about 10 seconds. If there are any ways you think that can improve this stream, by all means, leave a comment. We'll see what I can do to improve the stream moving forward. Till then, have a good night, folks.